how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. I'm Casey. I'm going to be your occupational therapy assistant today. Speaking of occupational therapy, have you ever had OT services before?
Doesn't sound familiar.
Okay, well, we just are here to improve your independence in everyday activities and get you back to where you want to be in life. So, for example, what we're doing today is we're just going to get dressed using some various adaptive equipment just because of your hip. Do you kind of know what your hip replacements are or your hip precautions?
I know one. I'm not supposed to bend over.
Yes.
Or bend my knees, and that's the only one I know.
Yes, that is correct. So you're not supposed to, so right now is a good position. You're not supposed to go past 90 degrees. So that means no bending over, no bending your knees, and whenever we're putting on our socks, that's kind of a difficulty. Also, you do not want to cross your legs at your knee or your hip or at your ankles, and then you do not want to turn in your toes.
Okay.
I will remind you, don't you worry, don't worry. But before we get started, are you having any pain today?
A little bit.
Okay, where's that pain located?
Just in this hip.
Okay, so in your left hip there. And go ahead and rate it for me. So on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being worst pain and 0 being no pain at all, how would you rate that pain?
Like a 3.
Okay,
It's
that's
not too bad.
That's good.
It's getting
That's
better.
Good. Okay, so first, I always like to put on my socks first. I'm going to show you how to do that. This is called a dressing stick. As you can see, it has a little prong to take off and then a prong to take on. Since you already are a step ahead of me, I'm going to go ahead and take off my shoes with a little ability. Get those out of the way.
So are these gonna help me not break my hip precautions?
Yeah.
Okay.
These
That'll
are
be
little
nice.
pictures. It will be.
Do it on my own.
Yes, and get you home faster too. Okay. And then, so this is called a sock donner, and this is just used to put on your socks. So what we do, can I get closer to you so you can see? What I like to do is I just like to open up the sock and just wrap it around like that, and then just pull it on. Might be a little tricky, but if you go slow, you'll get it. And then you want to bunch it up. Make sure there's no excess at the end. And make sure there's no wrinkles there. Okay. Then you want to throw out the sock donner. Put your toe in. Remember not to bend past 90 or point in your toes. Then you want to pull it on nice and slow. Just like that. I know, it's pretty neat.
Cool.
It's pretty neat. We'll go ahead and show you what to do on the other one, just so we both have them. If I can. Okay. Again, make sure there's no wrinkles in it. It can be a little bit bunched up at the top, but try not to do it so much. Okay, and then again, throw it out, then put your toe in, and then go slowly to pull it on. And as you can see, I do have a little bit of tangler, or a little bit of bunches, so you can either take the reacher and pull it up just to fix it. Okay, then I'll have you do it. That is a good way of doing it. I like how you're putting in your hand so the sock donner's not moving away from you. Get it all nice and pretty on there. Good job.
The grippies are on top and bottom, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
And it's good because I like these because it doesn't matter which side you put it on.
Makes it a little bit easier.
It does, it does.
Okay, then
Yep.
I just
Throw it out.
don't bend, right?
Correct. Then we're gonna put it on your left leg first.
Okay.
Throw it out, and then put your toe in, and then slowly pull it up. Remember not to point your toes in. pull, 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 pull. There you go. Good
Neat.
job. Okay, we're gonna do the other one now.
Oh, they have grippies.
Yeah. And these are good so whenever we're standing up to put on our pants, we're not slipping and falling.
Yeah, I don't want to do that again. Or at all.
Yeah, definitely not. It's too much paperwork for me, and I like my job too much, so we're just not gonna risk. Make sure it's not bunched up underneath too. You're getting it. Looks good.
Is that good?
Yes. Then throw it out. Remember not to bend. Toe in. And slowly pull it up. Good job.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, now on to our next step, which is putting on pants. Okay, this is called, like I said before, this is called a dressing stick. It has the two prongs, one for taking off, one for putting on. We're gonna use the putting on part. So what I like to do is sticking this prong just on the waistband, and then again throwing it out, remembering not to bend, and you can go ahead and drop it and kind of align it to your body. And again, we do want to put in our affected foot first. Remember, keep out your leg. And then once you get to your knee, once the waistband gets to your knee, you can go ahead and use your hands to pull it up.
That's good.
It is. It looks difficult just by looking at this, but it's really not. And then again, remembering not to bend. There you go. Okay, let's try it with you first. Here's your dressing stick. Waistband. And just throw it out, don't bend. There you go. Just kind of gently pull it up. I know it's kind of difficult with those socks on, and then you might have to reach. Yep, you got it. There you go. Pull real hard. Good job. Pull, pull, pull. Good. Okay, and do it with the other side. Kind of drop it back down. There you go. I like that. Remembering kind of not to bend. Pull, pull, pull. Sometimes the dressing stick gets in the way, but it's so helpful.
It works.
It's helpful.
These socks are just sticking to my
It
foot.
is.
It's okay.
Okay.
So now what do I do?
Now our next step is using the walker. But before we begin, I'll show you first, and then I will put on our trusty little gait belt. This is just for both our safety. It just wraps around your waist, and I will be here helping you.
I've seen one of these before.
Yeah, yeah. And it's, it doesn't really match, but it'll be okay. Okay, so what you want to do is kind of scoot yourself up in your chair, and then you do want to use these your armchair, or your armrest, if I could say the right word, armrest, to push up, but we are going to stick our left foot out, just so, again, we're not bending past 90. So you want to push up on the armrest, and then grab onto the walker.
Okay.
And I will be here for the entire time. And then we're going to pull up our pants, keeping one hand on the walker at all time. You can switch, keeping one hand on the walker, just like that.
Okay.
Just my shirt here. And then to sit back down, stick out your left foot, reach back for the armrest, and I will be right here, and then sit down.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep. Think I'm sure.
Okay. I think we'll put that out of the way. Okay, and I'll have you lean forward for me. Just a little bit. Perfect. Thank you. And it will be a bit snug, especially you got your jacket on. Might get your jacket stuck in there.
That's okay.
kind of goes together with your
Kind of.
shirt. Not really much with this orange, but it'll be okay. Okay. Here's the walker. Move this wheel out of the way. And then we do want to make sure just our brakes are locked, which they are. Put your walker here. And then kind of scoot up in your chair just a bit. Good. Okay. Then push up from the armrest.
I need to do.
Oh, yeah. Stretch out this
just in
leg.
case.
Armrest. And then grab the walker. Good, good. One hand on the walker.
I like these
Got them
pants.
situated. That's cute. I like the stripes. So
Cute.
really, I guess it kind of does match. I'm like a big matching person. Okay, you ready to sit back down?
Yep.
Okay, extend this leg a bit. And then kind of reach back for those armrests and slowly sit down. Good job.
Yay.
Now
I'm
we are
dressed.
ready to go out and